Hi Taurus, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your December 2025 messages, and it's going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, we're going to just jump right in. I'm going to start with Kipper. I pre-shuffled it. If you're not new here, you know I pre-shuffle. And your Kipper messages are bad health, adjudication, and mature man. Very, very plainly, there is a mature person around you that is not well. Mentally, physically, emotionally, not well. For some, the issue is upper, so it could be here mentally also. But I will say, with this bad health, there's just a lot of doctor's appointments happening right now, so might not have all the answers, may or may not be jumping to conclusions, may or may not be trying to figure things out on your own. So it just feels like concern, I will say. For others of you, I want to say that you need to take care of yourself, because if not, like if you don't see a doctor about this, if you don't see a professional about this, it will cause issues with your health. So what's going to happen is it will continue to fester into something not great if you continue to ignore or glaze over things that you need to be paying attention to. That being said, seeing beyond is your oracle message. And seeing beyond is looking beyond the situation. Not to say that you can't stay present, not to say that you can't be in the moment. It's not that. It's okay. What's happening right now is not the best thing. Not something that I would choose if I had a choice. Instead, it's okay. This is what it is right now. So what you can do is have radical acceptance about that. This is happening right now. I can't control this. I can only control what I can control. And how can we excel forward? How can we move in a positive direction? And I know that's easier said than done, especially if I'm getting like this news that came in or that you're waiting for. If the news is not what you wanted it to be, like, I know it's difficult and we tend to fixate and focus on that, but just see beyond what's happening here and trust that things are going to work out. What I'm getting is what this like feels like is it's in I don't want to say it like this, but I'm going to say it like this. It's in God's hands now. You know, it's in the fate of what will be, right? And I'll leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, we're gonna go into our tarot message. So for the tarot message, we have the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands in the traditional tarot. We have the Ten of Swords, and here we have the Father of Swords, or the King of Swords, if you're familiar with tarot. Okay. Again, with this message, the message has already been delivered, and you are very passionate You are very gung-ho, I want to say, with the way that you want to handle this, which is good in its way. But what I want to tell you is a little of caution. What it sounds like is what's done is done. You know, it already happened. Like, what's done is done. But it doesn't have to be the end all be all of a situation. It just kind of is a reminder that, not that it is what it is, because I feel like that really diminishes what's happening here. But it's more like, okay, this is the circumstances, and there's nothing that I can do about this. But what can I do is what I think you're asking yourself. But the of caution is this Father of Swords. And I'm kind of feeling like this is a father, because I don't typically use this deck. And I said father here with mature man, and then father here. And so if it's not your father, you know, it could be a father around you. So maybe your brother's a father. Maybe you're married to, you know, a man, and so you have a husband who's a father. Regardless, you have to remind yourself to think logically, because you're not. It's like bad news, and you can't think. You can't think positive. You can't, like, you just have to figure out how to essentially uplift yourself. In the meantime, and I said this earlier, taking care of yourself. And a reminder is, when you neglect yourself, you suffer. You cannot take care of this person around you if you yourself are not well. Because if you stop taking care of yourself, then who's taking care of you if you're taking care of someone else? Now, I'm not talking about caretakers. I'm talking about, you need to take care of yourself. That's what I'm talking about. You're very passionate about this, understandably so. You're very eager to figure this out. But there's nothing to figure out except the seeing beyond. How can you see beyond what's happening right now? The Ace of Swords says you are going to get clarity. There are answers coming in, but you have to be clear-headed to receive that, to accept that. For some of you, it's a clear channel coming from source. For others of you, it's actually getting the answer and getting that clarity. Another sword, you got like the whole suit here. Could be an air sign, doesn't have to be, but daughter of swords, son of swords, father of swords, like, we're just missing the mother of swords here. Regardless, the daughter of swords here is in reverse, and these are delays. There's no answers right now. There's no answers, and you keep trying to get these answers, but you just have to be patient. I know, easier said than done. I just keep getting like, it's easier said than done. So like, I don't mean to say like, oh, just, because it's not just. You want answers. You want answers. I also feel like that's where this judication is coming from. I want answers. And you need to ask the right people. What are the answers? Things are in disarray. But again, the moon card in reverse says this path will get illuminated. But right now, you're a little in the dark. For some of you, it's a Virgo. Our air signs, if I neglected to say, are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So again, doesn't have to be. There's just a lot of swords here. But what I'm getting is this is like a mental battle as well. Not handling things as well as you maybe know that you could. And I think too, Taurus, you might feel like you always have to be the strong one, you know, but it's okay to not have the answers. You're the one who always probably has the answer. But it's okay to not have the answer, and I feel like I wanted to remind you of that. Yeah, you're just a little in the dark right now. With the moon card in reverse, it shows this darker wolf, and here's a light gray wolf. But I feel like you're just in the dark right now. All over the place. Look at these arrows, all over the place. Okay. Your oracle message is wanderlust. Wanderlust, travel, get away, move on, or move out. Yeah. If not an actual vacation or getaway, putting yourself in a good mental state, even meditating will take you there. And then listen to your intuition is your angel message. Okay? Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time.